Good morning, children. Let us have a revision of the previous class on aerobic respiration. Look at this figure. In this figure, one mitochondrion is shown. Outer membrane, inner membrane, that is, a mitochondrion is a double membranous structure. In the inner membrane, we can see many folds are there inwards. These folds have some structures called oxysomes, otherwise known as F0, F1 particles. These oxysomes are the places where ATP is produced. ATP is known as energy currencies of the cell. Since cellular respiration takes place here in the mitochondrion, the mitochondrion is known as the powerhouse of the cell. We have already learned the three pathways of cellular respiration in the last video. There, the aerobic respiration, which takes place in the presence of oxygen. There you have seen the pyruvic acid on complete breaking down, converted to carbon dioxide, water and energy. This part which is taking place in the mitochondria. Exactly speaking, the Krebs cycle, that is complete oxidization of pyruvic acid into carbon dioxide, water and energy is taking place in the mitochondrion. This is known as a mitochondrion ATP synthesis. So, this process exactly known as Krebs cycle, as I mentioned in the last video, this process is taking place in the mitochondrion. Now, moving on to today's topic, ATP. To know about ATP, first you should know ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Have you heard about ADP? ADP is made by the cell with adenine, ribose sugar and 2-phosphate. Adenine, ribose sugar and 2-phosphates. These raw materials, adenine, ribose sugar and inorganic phosphates, are already present in the cell. Now, this adenine combines with ribose sugar. Ribose is a form of sugar which is naturally present in the cyclic form, which is also found in RNA. This adenine combines with ribose. Here what happened? This H and this OH are removed, and this place this adenine gets attached. This is how adenosine is formed. Of course, you don't have to learn the structure and all in detail. Just for you to understand, I have drawn. So, the adenosine now combines with 2-phosphate molecules form adenosine diphosphate. Remember, the phosphate is inorganic phosphate. Phosphate will be organic when it combines with a hydrocarbon. Here the phosphate is inorganic. Now we are going to learn how ATP molecules are made from ADP. The ADP combines with one inorganic molecule. ADP combines with one inorganic molecule of phosphate, utilizing the energy from cellular respiration. We have already learned in Krebs cycle, energy is released. That energy is utilized for this reaction. ADP combines with one more phosphate and forms ATP, adenosine triphosphate, 3 phosphate molecules here, whereas in ADP 2 phosphate molecules. ADP combines with one phosphate utilizing the energy. That is why this reaction is a endothermic reaction. Energy is utilized here. This energy comes from the cellular respiration. Now in ATP you can see ADP forms a high energy phosphate bond or linkage. You can see this linkage or the bond. This linkage is denoted by a sign like this, a notation like this. This is known as swiggle. This swiggle notation is showing the high energy phosphate link. In the CRT book you can see this notation is shown. You can represent an inorganic phosphate in this way or Pi. In the book, NCERT book, it is shown like this. The inorganic phosphate is represented like this. Now we are going to learn how energy is released from ATP for the cellular activities. ATP is the energy currency of the cell. You know it already. For that, hydrolysis of ATP molecules takes place. On hydrolysis, ATP molecules release huge amount of energy. This is a exothermic reaction since energy is liberated. ATP on hydrolysis break the phosphate terminal link from ADP. So that is what ADP and the terminal phosphate are separated or broken down by the hydrolysis of ATP. This process releases energy, that is why this is an exothermic reaction. 1 mole of ATP molecules releases 30.5 kilojoules of energy. 1 mole of ATP releases 30.5 kilojoules of energy. Don't confuse the mole with molecule. 1 mole of ATP. 1 mole of ATP is equal to 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 ATP molecules. You have already learned mole concept in standard 9 chemistry. So 1 mole of ATP releases a huge amount of energy, that is 30.5 kilojoules of energy. So thus hydrolysis of ATP in mitochondria releases energy. This is done by the breaking of the terminal phosphate in ATP, so that again ATP is converted back to ADP. Thus, we can compare this process to a shuttle game where ADP can be compared to a used battery and ATP to a recharged battery. Remember, ATP is not a storage molecule. That's the job of glycogen and fat. You have already learned the excess sugar molecules are stored in animal body by the liver in the form of glycogen, whereas in plants you have seen the glucose after utilization is stored in the form of starch. So don't confuse, ATP is not a storage molecule, that's the job of glycogen and fat. Then what is ATP doing? It is according to the need of a cell, ATP is synthesized and utilized. That is, ATP serves as a shuttle delivering energy to various parts of the cell for various endothermic processes. That is the cellular activities where energy is consumed. What are the cellular activities? Like generating nerve impulses, contraction of the muscle to bring movement, and the working of the internal organs. So, do not eat more than you burn in a day. Remember, your brain, liver, heart and other internal organs constantly consume energy. So don't go into a starvation also. Thank you, children.